Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another leg of the Sevens. Vancouver getting underway and an opening contest that is definitely intriguing between the Fijians and Uruguay. Now, Uruguay have already beaten Fiji this year on the Seven circuit, but the Fijians doing some great work last week, or last leg. It feels like an eternity since we saw the last one, but Fiji, they are currently sitting number one in the rankings, tied with Argentina and Spain. Uruguay are ranked 10th, so it's a very hard one to predict, but the last time these two sides played in Perth, the Fijians were victorious. Looking through at the starting lineup: Josefa Talatholo, Georgie Nosova, Sivu Mothanothanga, Jeremiah Matana, Tario Vailawa, Viua Nadovalo, and also Waisia Natongu to close out the starting Fijian side. For the Uruguayans, in this one it is Diego Aldal, Juan Manuel Taufenberry, also Mateo Vinales, Ignacio Rodriguez, Thomas Echeverri, Juan Gonzalez, and Alfonso Shanazarov. What time is South Africa? They are playing in about maybe 35, 40 minutes time, somewhere around there. So not a mile off the Blitz box in action, and they will be going head-to-head with New Zealand. So a pretty big first matchup to be taking place. But these two sides making their way out onto the field. It looks pretty cold in Canada, if we're being honest. Good morning, says Nova Mum. Hope you are doing extremely well. But these two sides wanted to get off to a great start. Also in their group, we do see the USA and Spain. How long is the game playing now? It says Amiho Dean, probably 20, 25 minutes, somewhere around there. As normally the rough estimate of a game of sevens, unless of course you go to Golden Point, then you can be looking at closer to the 30. It's 9:17 p.m. at night in Cape Town. Hello Hamish, says Ruth. And also 20 minutes past 9, says at the net. And there too, but AJ Jacobs, he will be in charge of this game for the refereeing side of things. And the Fijians, they will be kicking off to get us underway for another leg of the Sevens. Now, like I said, this is a tough group. Fiji have done some great things lately, and they need to now really step it up and continue some momentum, but kicked off by Waisia Natongu and nicely taken for Uruguay, who are going to look to the short side with Diego Ardal. Oh, almost a little bit too much of a ruck there from Uruguay, jumping over the front. They've got some great options with ball in hand, and that is a nice step from Diego Ardal. Thought about the offload. Now off to the left-hand side again here for Uruguay. And something that has come a long way is their structure in just recent times. I think they're asking for a high shot there, but the referee does say play on again. Oh, loose ball. Almost a little knock on there from the Uruguayans, currently on the halfway line. I really hope Fiji don't lose focus here. I'm drinking hot chocolate. Been a hot day again. I love watching you. I get very happy. Says Mahodim. Well, I am glad to hear it. Of course, we are here all throughout the weekend, so be sure to stick around. Now, loose ball. Fiji still waiting to get their first position, as Uruguay just trying to use that back line. Is that a deliberate knockdown? Yes, it is. It's going to be a yellow card against the Fijians. Waisia Natongu going to the bin. And that one, it's a little bit unlucky. It was more of the case of trying to get that interception, and Uruguay just would not give that ball up. Looks like already a few deep breaths being taken. Taufenberry, he'll be considering kicking this one towards touch, I would think. That's actually real unfortunate for Natongu, as I don't even know if he got a hand to that one. It was more so passed into him by Uruguay. Now, in fact, they'll take the scrum here on the halfway line. But 2 minutes has passed in this contest, and Fiji have only kicked this ball off. So much rugby on today, says Numum. There certainly is. We are pretty much up from now. Oh, great attack and run through to Sunday afternoon. Another step, and they finish in the corner. Uruguay ripping up the corner flag by the looks of it. But they are on the board. They strike first up against the Fijians. Chanazarov out on the wing. This is a very interesting start to this contest. Go Fiji says Rups and Hamish. What do you think about New Zealand against the Blitzboks? Do they have a good chance of winning Vancouver round? I think I would say South Africa have a better chance than New Zealand to win the whole thing, but New Zealand every once in a while, like soon they've got a gel because they made a lot of changes near the start of the season and it still seems like they're working on it. That kick from the sideline just misses, but a great finish, first of all, from Alfonso Chanazarov. Right, Uruguay now going to be kicking this one off. This will be the first touch for Fiji with the exception of kickoff in this game. So they've really struggled to get possession. Game of sevens cannot be won if you're just defending. A little bit of a loose carry from Georgie Nasova off the kickoff. Did you see my comment on your recent Rugby 25 video? It says Rugby NZ, Rugby the second. If that is the one saying, hey Hamish, I did. I also did reply. So if you're talking about that one, then yes. If you're talking about one after that, then not yet. But that is going to be a knock on from the Fijians. Josefa Talatholo, big man who has put that one down. This has been what you'd call a frustrating start to this match for the Fijians. Of course, Uruguay have beaten Fiji before, actually at the last competition in Perth. Passes, we've seen 3 from Fiji compared to the 16 of Uruguay. Time is back on. If Uruguay can strike here, yes, that kick could have been extremely important, but if they can get one more here before half-time, I think that they would be more than happy with how they sit. Now, Tiffin Naberi asking for a scrum penalty, does not get it going up to the left-hand side. Wide cut-out pass, and now chance in the corner. Can they get there stepping inwards? Beautiful offload. And Uruguay get another cool, calm and collected Juan Gonzalez. 5th of his career and 1st of the 2025 circuit. What's the score? At the moment, it's taken a little bit to update, but it's 10-0 for Uruguay. They did miss that first kick. It did hit the post, but now a chance to make it 12. This one goes over with a nice inside ball to Juan Gonzalez. Fijians, they've really touched possession, and then when they do, they drop the ball. But it has gone over, making the score now 12 points to 0 in favour of Uruguay. Came in as massive underdogs in this matchup, seeing as Fiji did do so well at times throughout the Perth Sevens. Now, nicely taken by Waisia Natongu. Come on, Fiji, says Antoinette. Fiji sometimes can't get into third gear slow. And that's going to be a good attack and run from Georgie Nasova, going straight sideways. Fires it out wide. Now Sivumothinothangi, hard man to drag down, gets it off to Tario Vailawa. He is very quick. And Uruguay, they're going to try and cut him off. And it's a great tackle. No, misses it in the end. And Tario Vailawa making it slightly easier for his kicking teammate. But does score the first try for the Fijians throughout this match. And I saw Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe yesterday. Says Novmum, and Fiji sometimes can't get into third gear. But yeah, nice run from Tario Vailawa. First of all, very good defensive effort initially by Ardo, who I thought actually did enough to make that tackle, and then just slipping through the fingertips was Tario Vailawa, risking it a little bit with the way he ran that ball back. And also, I should mention, the kick still missed. Sitting 5 points to 12. Do you think Fiji can still win? I think so. I think that they've got enough time left in this contest. They always say with sevens, if one team scores a certain amount and a half, the other team have just as much chance to score that same number in the next. So, yeah, I would say Fiji still have a decent chance here. Little kick in behind from Juan Gonzalez. Now Fiji decide to take this one quickly with Waisia Natongu, hospital pass. But they still managed to find a couple offloads in a row. Josefa Talatholo gets rid of Gonzalez. Has him on his back. Still walking forward, and Fiji try yes. When's the Blitzboks versus New Zealand game starting? Says Bruce, probably in about, I think it's 35 minutes. Nice break and run from Sivumothinothangi. And this will be the second try for the Fijians. Decent last-ditch effort from Vinales, but it will not matter. Fiji strike again, and that means going into the second half now, it's going to be 12-all. And amazing, Fiji heard me second half, says Ruth, and where are New Zealand at? They are going to be playing in around, like I said, about 35 minutes, and they are going head-to-head with South Africa. So a big opening contest for the Kiwis and the Blitzbox. Evening, fellow ruggers, says Wen, welcome in. Siva Mothanathangi just strikes for the Fijians. And that one has gone over. Looks like he is pretty tired there, Siva Mothanathangi. But halftime in this contest, and it is 12 points to 12 with still 7 minutes to go. That is the beauty of sevens. You can look like you're down and out, but then you fire back. You get a couple quick fire tries, and then you can easily win a contest. And it's a pretty important one too. Like I said, Spain and USA in the group. Spain have been that consistent option all throughout the Sevens circuit. When are the Blitzbox playing? They are playing in about 35 minutes time, and they are going head-to-head with New Zealand. And when Ma has said, Roof there, who do you think is winning this match? Says Kid Kuri. Well, at the moment, I mean, Fiji have all the momentum. Yes, Uruguay struck first and scored the first 2 tries of the contest, but from there we have seen a lot more work from the Fijians. How do they play this game? So pretty much it is 2 halves of 7 minutes. Tries are worth 5. Conversions afterwards are worth the 2. If it's tied at the end of regular time, you go to golden point time. But pretty much, yeah, it's just like a game of rugby union, just a smaller amount of time. To Rob Penny rob a whole bunch of pennies. I don't know whether he robbed them, but he certainly didn't get the tactics right at times up against the Chiefs this past game. I think his Crusader side did really struggle. Buller Hamish had breakfast yet? I have not, no. So that'll probably be an after the live stream ideal situation. And the Fijian flags in there as well. A lot of support for Fiji. I have to say, I do appreciate all of you guys getting up nice and early in the morning for this match. They are just showing that Spain versus USA is going to be kicking off in 12 minutes time. And that will be another one to keep a close eye on. But now, Uruguay ready to kick this one off. And we are ready to go. That's going to be a drop ball from Juan Gonzalez, and not quite the start to the half that Uruguay were after. They managed to starve Fiji of the possession for the first 2 minutes or so of the first half. And that also involved a yellow card for Waisia Natungu. Come on, Fiji, says Kid Kuri in there too. So far we've seen 6 tackles made by Uruguay, 3 missed. Fiji, they have missed 5 tackles, only making the 2 with a percentage of completion of 29%. Commentating on Draw Match Night, we certainly are. We are going to be scheduling a lot of those other live streams we've got coming up in the pretty near future, probably during that break between the 2 matches we're covering. But yeah, we've got Super Rugby, we're doing the URC, we're doing the Six Nations, we're doing more sevens tomorrow, and we're seeing Georgie Nasova break the line. That's going to lead to the 3rd try of the contest for the Fijians. Fiji now find themselves with a lead for the first time in this contest. In 30 minutes, it will be the first time I hear you call out your own team, New Zealand, so you keep your nerves in check. Says Robert, well, in the past, we've probably covered, I would say, 50-plus games of New Zealand, and we normally keep our nerves, so today won't be any different. Normally, South Africa versus New Zealand can be extremely entertaining, and I think this one will be the exact same. And Hamish, what are you having for brekkie? Probably just some toast or something, I would say. But I think today, tomorrow, the next day, it will all just be little quick meals that I can have in between editing and streaming. Because we've got another 24 hours worth of talking to do over the next 2.5 days. Now, another drop ball from Uruguay, but this time it has gone backwards. And come on, Fiji, slap his face. Slap his face? What is the score? Says Mahodin. At the moment, it is sitting as 19 points to 12 in favour of the Fijians, although Juan Gonzalez trying to change that. He's got his pants half down in the process. Didn't have time to pull them up as he was too busy trying to create a counter-attacking chance here. Uruguay just running out of space. near the touchline. Echeverri cannot catch it. Now Fiji taking it quickly again. Nice step from Tario Vailawa gets round two. And Josefa Talatholo will then break through and score the try for the fourth time in this contest. I picked Fiji to win, but Uruguay upsetters are welcome, says Win. And come on Fiji, go, says Saira. I will win between Parker and Dubois. It's a good question. I mean, Parker's been on a bit of a roll, but of course, Dubois cannot be underestimated. That is a great attack and run. And once again, just a couple missed tackles on Tario Vailawa, causing to be an extremely hard man to drag down. And eggs, bacon and cheese omelette, says Ruth there. WFG says Kid Cootie. And Fiji flying past Uruguay. Yeah, for a side that were down by 12 points, they have scored the last 4 tries and they are now up by 14. And Talatholo looks like he is going to get to have a bit of a spell here. Time has been turned back on by AJ Arkibs. If anyone's wondering why he's looking straight up, they have actually got a massive screen at the top of BC Place. Hard landing for Fiji and knock on against Uruguay. I think they're a little bit unlucky there. I think there might have been one from Fiji first. Is that Bacon Bits Ruth? Fiji showing some pace and class now. But 3.5 minutes remaining here. Fiji will have themselves the scrum yet again as they continue to build their lead. Note streaky bacon. Nice. Like they've just said, a midfield Fiji scrum can be one of the scariest things in a game of rugby sevens. They can go both ways. This time they do go to the right and straight through. It's going to be try number 5. And Felipe Sauturanga, the man who gets it. And it's going to be his 8th of the 7th circuit for 2025. And you just get that feeling that the chance for them was in that first half. And now it's pretty much gone. I don't have brekkie. Do lots of fasting, busy getting breakfast ready at the moment for a guest tomorrow morning while listening to Hamish making a game sound exciting. Says Bruce and Nice Bro are on Fiji born Ron Fiji born from Toronto, Canada, says Riley's World. And waking up now, eyes open, 6:30 a.m. here. Herbal Tea says JD. How do you eat that without pulling the whole piece out? Says Wenma. I assume you're talking about the bacon. Just takes a little bit of extra, skill just to make sure that bacon stays in. Because as long as it's not too crispy, it's doable. That's going to be a knock-on again from Uruguay. And Leka Fiji from South Africa. And you're right when you said Fiji can come back, says Kid Cootie. Yeah, you can never underestimate this Fijian side. Like, they could be down by 21, and you'd still back them in some games to be able to come back and win it. Stop being awesome, Hamish, says Super Dad Chris. I shall try. I'm pretty sure I can, though. But, now, another chance. Sanila to put the ball in for the Fijians. Off to the right-hand side. Going to the edge. That's going to be close to the sideline for George Balsi, who somehow stays within the field of play. 90 seconds now remaining between these two sides. Abby, 62k. Subs, by the way, says Rugby the second. Thank you very much, mate. Greatly appreciate it. Now, Jeremiah Matana gets the offload to... that's a hard tackle off the ball from Fiji, but there was a knock-on too. So now it's going to be Uruguay scrum. This is all using up plenty of time throughout this match. Kenya got a Fijian playing for them now, says Mr. Billy. And also we have got their Fiji. It's got to be crispy. It breaks easy. Oh, okay. So you're going, rather than slightly crisping it, you're going full, like all the way crispy. So that, you do have that breakage. But now, feed for the Uruguay side here. 50 seconds left. They cannot win this game, but they can still score again just to give themselves a bit more confidence and cut down on that points differential of the Flying Fijians. Jeremiah Matana making that tackle. Now off to the left-hand side, skip pass for Uruguay. But it just seems like Fiji, they've now woken up and they've just managed to find every chance in those breakdowns. Like once again, getting themselves a turnover penalty. Jeremiah Matane having to retreat. In fact, this time it's Felipe Satoranga now gets the offload to George Balsi. Another one. Just keeping this ball alive at the moment for Fiji. Satoranga thought he saw a bit of a gap to run through. Playing halfback is Sanila. Can he sneak through? Yes, he can. And the foot race is on. He will win it. And this will be the last try of the contest. Can I get 5 big bangs by the looks of it from Rugby? And also, Amish love you a hoodie. Looks comfort and eggs and bacon for breakfast. But yeah, just waiting for that chance to run through. And this has turned out to be, like, I don't want to say a one-sided match because that would sound harsh up against Uruguay, but it's certainly been a one-sided half here between these two sides. Uruguay not really getting much of a look in throughout the second 7 minutes. Go Fiji, go, says Carl. And the score says Mahudin, so it is sitting now with the kick to come. It has missed away to the side, so that will be full-time. 38 points to 12 in favour of Fiji, but nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. Like I said, we have got another match just around the corner taking place for this leg of the Sevens. That one is going to be between South Africa and New Zealand, and it is kicking off at 9:02, which is in around 25-ish minutes time. And we are going to be covering it on the channel from about 17 minutes time. So be sure to check that out. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for being here. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. We have got another Fijian match taking place in a couple, or in fact about 4 hours time, 5 hours in fact, and that is up against the USA. But I do thank you all very much for being here, and I will see you all for the next one.